So there's a new Alien movie, Romulus, coming out in August, if you haven't heard. And after I saw the trailer, I thought it looked good, but I'm not going to give my hopes up when they haven't made a great or even a good Alien movie in almost 40 years. I'm just glad that we're back to xenomorphs actually killing people and, being cool instead of whatever they've been giving us recently. It looks like there's going to be hundreds of facehuggers mouth raping their way through this ship. That's what I want, which I don't think is asking a lot. That's what we're all here for. That's what people want to see. I want something new with new ideas, but it should also keep what worked in the originals, like that claustrophobic atmosphere, as long as it doesn't become too much like the old ones and ends up like the new Star Wars sequels. Isn't it just pathetic that it's taken this long to get one movie that resembles the originals in some way, instead of the movie being some weird Blade Runner ripoff like in the last one, or some weird mystery thing where the only xenomorph in the movie shows up at the end just in time for the credits? The one in Prometheus could have just been a Marvel cameo, for fuck's sake. And Alien Covenant was one of the most disappointing movies that I can remember, just proving that Ridley Scott is insane now and can't be trusted with the franchise he created. He rebooted a franchise with one forgettable movie, and then made a movie that's arguably the worst installment in the series. That's including all of the Alien vs. Predator movies as well. So they've now made Alien a more inconsistent series than Predator at this point, and they had the opportunity to make potentially one of the best Alien movies with District 9 director Blomkamp, who had a whole thing planned out and even had Sigourney Weaver backing it, but they refused to let him make that movie. Instead, we got Alien Covenant. So now we've got a director that's hit or miss. He made the Evil Dead remake, Don't Breathe, and Don't Breathe 2, which is one of the worst sequels to anything, with a plot that tries to make you sympathize with a rapist. So this is an odd guy who's making this. And this guy has already proven that he doesn't know how to make a follow-up to even his own original movie ideas. Like, really? A revenge movie from the perspective of a rapist. I'll give it to him, it's original, and very different. I haven't seen that before. We're just in a funny place now where the best thing in this franchise since Aliens back in '86 is Alien Isolation. A survival horror game which was pretty much the experience you would have if you were in that first movie. So as much as I like the sci-fi horror genre, at this stage I don't think there's even any point in making these movies if the video games offer a better experience. How many horror movies give you the experience of Dead Space? The answer is none. Not one. If we're never going to get anything as good as The Thing or Alien again, then the movie genre should just die. That's my hot take. No more sci-fi horror movies. And who knows if we'll ever get a sequel to Alien Isolation. So as far as we know, Alien Isolation is the best thing that's going to come out of this series after those first two movies. And if that's the case, then the series should just be left alone. There's no point dumping more shit on a dead franchise like this one.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead!
So this one is taking place between the first two, which is good. As long as it has nothing to do with the newer movies, I'm happy. One thing that's odd though is that in the description of the movie they specify that this is a crew of young people. I don't care that they're young, but the fact that they have to make an effort to point that out has to mean something. It could be that it's just, their first mission, and hopefully it is just that, their way of making it seem more horrific because it's happening to young people. If Ripley is supposed to be the one who survived the aliens by the second movie, that they were aware of anyway, wouldn't that mean that they would all have to die? Otherwise, it takes away from Ripley as a character, since that's one of the things about her, was that she was one of the first people to survive. She's supposed to be the expert on this. This is the problem with prequels, is you end up retconning shit, even if you don't think that you are. It's not a big deal, but some people are going to be mad when they see that kind of shit. So the trailer looked good, but I'm still not sure about it, and I highly doubt that this movie would be better than what we would have gotten under Blomkamp, the movie he wanted to make. I mean, I want this to be the best movie of the year, but I don't see that happening, especially since we have Furiosa coming out this year. And I still think it looks promising so far, but that could change instantly. But anyway, there you go.